No, we'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
That is fantastic. Once again, you guys have reached PayDirt. We are back for another season. We had some technical difficulties, and as you can tell, getting used to the new digs around here, and my man had an intro plugged up here when I hit the start stream, and I was not versed to how to get around that, so I apologize. By the way, I like the intro. I do like the intro. Do we have to start talking about the NFC North now, or we just go right into it?
I think that's the rules, B-Dirt. We got to talk about once Bill O'Reilly gets off the stage, we got to talk about the NFC North.
That is a fantastic intro, I will admit. So you've got Pay Saunders and you've got Brandon Herriott, aka B-Dirt, here with you again, ready to talk about football. And more importantly, winning money on football. So futures bet time, man. It is what it is. It's time to get that long-term money out there. These are always fun at the end of the season when you cash a few of them, man. It's nice. It's like bonus money you didn't even know you were getting. A little bit of Christmas money.
Exactly.
Cometh late, if you would. Cometh late, and I'm excited for football season to get here. I think we what 5 more weeks before we start seeing it.
45 days for the season starts for kickoff.
Yeah, that's the NFL, right?
Oh yeah, that's the NFL for college football.
At college, that -1 week, we'll see a few games. I think
week 0. Such
an oddity that week 0 is. I never know what to do with it.
Capitalism. you gotta steal some. You gotta get some more money out of here some way.
It's a beautiful thing. Well, we appreciate you guys rocking with us. We already got Tim and Austin's Art over here, fresh out the fryer in here in the live chat. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Anybody else over there, as we throw around these numbers and talk about these things, go ahead and throw up some questions if you were with us live. And those of you listening to us on any of your podcast platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, iHeartRadio, you got it right there. Look at that. I can just read it. Pandora. Wherever you're listening, please give us that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe, share us, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Like, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, download, undownload, re-download.
Oh, Tim Lyons says to share us on MySpace. Appreciate you, Tim. That's a wonderful place to be.
We definitely want to corner that MySpace market. Thanks a lot, Tim.
Yes. Well, and appreciate all those 7 new listeners. That's the entire MySpace planet. So you want to start off with the NFL. No wasting time getting into it. I do have a couple things, by the way, later for college, just so you know. I've been looking at some college numbers.
We're out of practice, B. You want to start with college first?
No. We're good right here, man. We're good right here.
All right. So let's do it then.
Let's get that as big as we can there. These eyes aren't what they used to be, Pay. I know you said I was getting old today, but I'm not getting old. I'm staying old now.
Well, please stay that way.
It beats the option.
Yeah, the other option is not as fun. All right. So I think the first thing when we're talking about futures as it relates to the NFL, the first thing that people think about, who's going to win the big game, who's going to win the Super Bowl.
Keep the main thing.
That's right. And as you see with our good friends over here at DraftKings, the best odds for the 2026 Super Bowl winner is Buffalo Bills and Baltimore Ravens, both tied at number 1 at plus 600. B, my first question to you, if you could only pick between those two teams, who are you putting some money down on?
Man, that's a tough one. I'll tell you what. Give me the Baltimore Ravens out of those.
I like where your head's at, B.
Out of those two. I
don't
just
know
think they have a little bit more complete team, right? Just a little bit. I trust them a little bit more. I think they have a little bit better coaching. I mean, the quarterbacks are neck and neck, very close to the same as far as talent-wise and the way they play. I just think what Baltimore did in the offseason and some of the moves they made on defense, I think that defense is going to be much improved. So I lean Baltimore on that one. You
already know where I'm going. If this is in their Super Bowl window, both teams to that point, but I think Baltimore is primed. They took their lumps last year, and they come right back with not only the same team, but as you said, they got improved on defense. They had a great draft on that side of the ball. I can't see any rational reason why I should pick another team over them now, but we are talking about gambling, right? You do want to think about where the value is. Who's the best long shot out of the top? Not one of those teams in the top four. Not Buffalo, Baltimore, Philly, Kansas City. Best long shot out there.
I will say this though, before we go long shot, that's disrespectful for the Eagles and the Chiefs to be behind the Bills and the Ravens. I'm just
really. I
do think so. I mean, this is tried and true pedigree. Won Super Bowls. Buffalo ain't won nothing. I don't remember seeing Lamar hoisting no trophies. I think one of those guys got to be in that mix, but that's just me. Let's see. If I want to look here at a long shot, obviously I want to say the Cincinnati Bengals. Boy, the Commanders did a lot during the offseason.
They might not be done doing something if you get my Buckeye drift. I will filibuster for you, B-Dirt. Yeah. While you're thinking about it, I like LA Rams as a long shot.
Okay.
To maybe
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
Sticking with the theme, they did a lot this offseason. I think they're playing in a division that is cake, easy for them to take over. And if you can win your division, you can start charting your path to the big game. They already beat a roundhouse the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Minnesota Vikings going to be right back in the playoff this year. But we already seen that the LA Rams, when they're healthy, they're just as good as anybody in NFC. Maybe not the Eagles, but they're a rung right underneath them. And if we can get the Eagles to do that off year, take a step back thing that they did, and we've seen them do before, the Rams are poised to take over, to at least be in that game. And once you get into the game, anything's possible. So 20 plus 2,200, I like it.
Just by your explanation there, I mean, do you take a flyer on the Texans? They short up some of that offensive line, the issues over the offseason. They've added more weapons. So I expect a big bounce back year from CJ Stroud. You'll hear more about that if we get into the fantasy football episode, but I do think he's going to have a bounce back year this year, and that AFC South weak sauce
is really weak sauce. But I kind of think it's a little bit too much going on in the AFC for me to actually really make a cogent argument for the Texans. I mean, it's a flyer. I mean, if you're just throwing ducats out this early, why not, right? But for argument's sake, can't do it.
And I do like Minnesota. I think J.J. McCarthy is going to have an outstanding year. I'm one of the firm believers. I was a believer in him coming out of college. I know he wasn't utilized at Michigan a ton. They ran the ball a lot more than they threw it. All that said, he's basically a rookie. And you know how many rookies have won the Super Bowl? at quarterback?
I want to say 1.
There's a big fat goose egg.
Oh, not even that.
I mean, you could make the Bengals. Do they figure out the defense? I don't have a ton of confidence yet. The Packers, tough division too. I don't know. Do the Commanders do this? Do they pull it off?
Nah, they're taking a step back this year. You heard it here first.
You think?
No, looking at this objectively.
Give me a flyer on the Chargers.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I got them sneakily winning that division this year.
Yeah, but then they got to get through the gauntlet that is that AFC playoffs. Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City. I mean,
I get it.
We're just throwing flyers out there, so it's okay.
Tim knows my spirit. I do want to pick the Bengals because I'm a homer.
I mean, well, there is space for your homerisms. There is space. Division winner. Let's start with the AFC North. The AFC North has Baltimore Ravens at -165 to win the division. Second best odds, Cincinnati Bengals +270. PayDirt. You want to pick them. You want to throw some money on your boys. You think they got a shot?
I think they do have a shot. I don't like the value play here. If you got that closer to that 500 that the Steelers are at, I might see a little value in that. I think the Steelers should probably be at that 700. I think Baltimore should probably be -285. So I don't see value here. Maybe the Ravens, but it's not enough value to really entice me.
The value, you're correct. The value isn't there. However, as you've said many times on our homie show on Friday, no one's won this division 3 years in a row. The team that's won the division the last 2 years would be the team that's favored to win it this year. You're leaning on history to bring them back to the field. I don't see it for Pittsburgh. I definitely don't see it for Cleveland. If Baltimore's not going to do it, it's got to be Cincinnati.
I don't want this to get out.
I do.
I don't want this to get out to our Steelers fans that we do podcasts with. I mean, I might take a flyer on the Steelers.
Okay.
It could be one of those weird things. They're either going to go, to me, they're either going to be the first year he's below 500, or they're really going to challenge for the division championship.
If I can entice you to take your boys to win the division, maybe I can, I'll hold off on that one because I do have that.
There are some things that I am going to bet on the boys for, though. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got them. So let's spin the block right back. The conference winners. Best odds, Philly Eagles to represent the NFC at +340. And for the AFC, best odds, Buffalo Bills +330. Also tied with Baltimore Ravens at +330 to represent the AFC, obviously, if you remember the Super Bowl odds. So I think this is a little bit more cut and dry here. We know the AFC is stacked. We know the NFC is a little bit more wide open. Philadelphia, Washington Commanders, Detroit Lions. I think the Niners is joke money.
Yeah, can you fade that 49ers line?
I would love to. +950, that's joke.
Jeez Louise.
But in the spirit of the show, looking for value, I'm circling these, my boys. The Bears +1900 to win the conference. Do I think it would happen? Absolutely not. +1900. I think it's possible. I mean, I would love to see that happen because +1900. I get my money back in tenfold for Christmas.
I can't get my head off of wanting to short the stock here on San Francisco 49ers. How do I do that? How do we do that? Can we do that? I want to do that.
I wish there was a way you can short that.
Yeah, listen, man. Commanders, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind that play. Packers, maybe? You hate hearing that.
Oh, yeah. See, you're talking about shortened stocks. Obviously, the Niners are. I don't
Vikings?
buy it. I don't buy the Niners at all. But the Packers, that's the second team I do not buy whatsoever. I do not think they're going to be as good as advertised. I think there's a lot of money juice in their lines, Niners and the Packers, respectively.
You got no love.
I would definitely pass on messing with them.
I mean, could you see something really crazy in the NFC? Because you're saying it's wide open. Could you see an Atlanta Falcons, a Michael Pence get hot?
Hot and win the conference?
Michael Pence. Michael Penix get hot and win the conference. Could you see that? Second year lefty? He did look good at the end of the year.
I don't like any of the other than the Child Bears. I don't like any of the second year teams. The reason why, obviously, because I'm a Bear fan. 2, the Bears have a new coaching staff. The Washington Commanders, the Atlanta Falcons, they're second year quarterbacks, second year with the coaching staff. I'm expecting that sophomore slump to hit one or both of those teams. I'm staying away from it.
Tim Lyon says possible that South Division is a dumpster fire. They got to basically take care of business against the Buccaneers.
But again, they got that playoff gauntlet.
In the NFC, I like it though. I think you can take how about this? I would more likely take a long shot flyer like this in the NFC than the AFC. You forced my hand in the on the Super Bowl taking a long shot, where I would probably say, man, if you made me bet, Ooh, I might actually go the Ravens if you made me bet, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's keep that rolling.
All right, let's come out of picking the big winners. Let's
I
go.
put a lot of stuff on tape. I don't want to hear myself repeat. By the way, this sucks.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna get played back to you. Let's go. Let's do something a little bit more fun. Team specials. Now, you're one of our people watching live right now, Tim Lyons. Shout out to him. He says in the comments that there's no way I'm betting on the Bengals. I'll bet on Burrow and Chase, but not the team. I like where your head's at, Tim. As I'm scanning the team specials on DraftKings, I did come across the Cincinnati Bengals, and the first thing there, plus 150. Not much value, but Jamar Chase and T. Higgins to each have 1,000 receiving yards in a regular season. I think that's cash.
At plus 150, I'm not going to take the value because I don't trust T to play enough games.
Really, after you all, there's no more wallet injuries. You still don't think he's not going to play enough games?
I mean, it's soft tissue injuries, man. He's had them most of his career. I'd just stay away from it. If he's healthy, cakewalk.
I think my man is ready to show out. I mean, he was a good trooper. He was a company man. He was a company man all through the contract negotiations. He showed up, even though he got hurt a few times. But he played. He didn't sit out or do anything like that. Now that he's got his money, I feel like he's going to have probably his best season of his career. I can see it. And I think if it's going to happen, it's going to be the first year of the new money. It's definitely going to be in the other subsequent seasons. I like it. Again, not a lot of value, but Jamar Chase and T. Higgins both getting 1,000 yards in an 18-game season. I think it's easy.
Yeah. Tim here using the lingo said put a unit on it for any of you new listeners out there. The unit is the measurement of bet. It doesn't matter what it is to you. It could be $1,000. It could be $5. It can be anywhere in between. It can be more than that. Doesn't matter. Whatever your unit is what you would bet. 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4, whatever. I normally do 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
So up to you. And yeah, if I were going to place a bet on this, Tim, I agree. It's a 1 unit bet. I like it. I don't love it.
Typically, I go 1 through 3 in my units, but I would put 2 on that one just because I feel so confident about that.
I stay in that. I stay in 1 through 3 probably 95% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare. It's rare to get 4 or 5.
If your units are $1,000 increments, First for the Chicago Sports Fan channel is looking for investors. If you were like to bestow us on a little bit of that. Moving on. There's any other ones out there that you were maybe interested in about with your team there, B?
Yeah, so if you go to the play, are you going to go to the players, individual players, or is that a different segment?
I am.
Okay.
Let's go and scroll over to the
I
players.
didn't like these team ones nearly as much as I did some of our guys in the individual numbers game here. And I'm going to start with the head of the snake, man, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's got some passing yards and touchdowns that I like. I'm betting on both of them. Over. Book it. So we got regular season passing yards here. You got 4,100?
4,150.5 for Joe Burrow. I like the over.
So I've said this multiple times now. This is he's had his first healthy offseason in quite some time, for 3 years, 3 seasons, since his rookie year, basically 4 years. So we have that accompanied with he's not bringing in rookie wide receivers right now or new wide receivers that he's got to get up to snuff. As far as the playbook is concerned, everybody right now is just really sharpening the knife, right? Really getting into those details, and I really expect this. I think this could be without a doubt, I think this could be his career year. This might be his best year of his career entirety. The only question I have is we have a rookie guard that's going to start. What kind of guard play do we get? You saw what he did last year with the worst pass defense guard play in the league. So if he gets the 20th best or the 15th best guard play in the league instead of the 32nd, I expect him to really, really have a great year.
I can see 4,200 yards. I don't think that's pie in the sky for Joe Burrow, for that type of talent.
Over 4,600 last year, and I think he's going to push 5 this year.
Oof. Now, if they had that line at 4,800, now we're talking nut checking time. But 4,150, I think that's cake. I'll put in a unit on that as well. Scroll up to everyone's favorite, Kermit the Frog. Patrick Mahomes. His over-under for the season, 4,050.5. 100 yards less than Joe Burrow. I think we got our first under. I think we got our first under, B, because I'm taking the under.
So he's been under that one time in his career. It did happen to be last year.
Mm-hmm. You know what?
Twice. He did in 2019 as well.
I'm
4,031.
I'm a trending. I like the trends, B. I like the trends. The offense continues to get older. The offense continues to lean more on the defense to win games. They have a felonious wide receiver core. If he gets 3,900 yards, it's still a good season for him. But it ain't. But I'm not cashing out on that. I'm leaning towards the under.
I'm staying away from it. I don't see enough. I just don't see enough value there. I'm not messing with it. I think he bounces back. I'm not betting against him. I've bet against him before. It doesn't pay off that often.
Very smart move. Very smart move. A few more of these quarterbacks over here. Josh Allen, they got his over under at 3750 and a half. Lamar Jackson 3500 and a half. Aaron Rodgers 3200 and a half. I'm staying away from all three.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all there. You got Call of Duty. Did you have passing touchdowns up there?
We have passing touchdowns as well.
So this is a multi-unit bet for me on Joe Burrow.
Multi-unit. When you say multi, that's more than two.
Yeah, this is going to be a 3-unit bet on over 33.5 tutties.
Ooh. Nut checking time. I like it. All right, so with DraftKings, you know you can't parlay these futures.
All I got to do is get two a game. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
It's going to be at least one game. He has 5. You can write that up.
Our defense probably going to give up some scores, some touchdowns. So I think he's going to have plenty of opportunity to throw the ball.
Taylor Brooks.
I think Tim wants me to say it like I have a pair. I think he wants me to put 5 units on that. If I was going to say it like I had a pair, I'd put 2 units on it, but I'm going to put 3.
I agree. That's a good look. Other high-powered offenses. We got Patrick Mahomes, his over-under is 27.5. Jalen Hurts, his is 19.5. You know, they run the ball a lot over there in Philly. Lamar Jackson, who has led the league in passing touchdowns twice in his career. His over-under is only 28.5. How you feeling?
On passing. See, the problem is he's probably going to have 15 rushing.
What's the point? He's going to get 30.
You think he gets 30?
I mean, he's done it. I mean, I think that's no longer a question. I think 30 is easy for him. I don't think the rushing, even though his rushing ability hasn't tailed off too much, I don't think he's going to rush the ball as much as he used to anymore, especially not in the red zone. They're more so prone to throw the ball now, and I think 30 is an easy bet for Lamar Jackson.
He has had over 32 out of his 7 seasons. It's a no-fly zone for me.
All right. Again, trends go both ways. All right. So
one season does not make a trend for me. I do want to make that clear. If you say 2, 3, okay. One season, not a trend.
Fair. That's fair. Any other quarterbacks? Well, you know, everybody's favorite, Jaden Daniels. His over-under number is 23.5. Tua Tagovailoa, who's in a
he's
make
in
or break
right now.
Possibly. He's also in a make or break season with that whole offense they got over there, Tyreek Hill and Josh McDaniels. 23.5 is his over and under. Very low for what's supposed to be a high octane offense. Some other ones out here looking at you talked about CJ Stroud. His number is 21.5. You think they're going to do something there? Your boy JJ McCarthy, 24.5.
Let me go 21.5 over on CJ.
Really? I think that's an easy number. 21.5 seems to be very obtainable. I think actually that's criminal.
Well, he had 20 last year, just getting his arse handed to him.
And now here's the two least of the league. We got Bryce Young, 17.5, and Justin Fields, 14.5. I think that's disrespectful. I think both will go over.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. The only way they wouldn't, I think, is if they get pulled. They're saying they're gonna get pulled.
There's no way Bryce Young gets pulled. There's no way Justin Fields gets pulled. Who are they pulling Justin for? Who? They didn't draft a quarterback. That's their rock, regardless of what they do. Now, the Jets are not going to win many games, but Justin Fields is going to be their quarterback. 14.5 touchdowns, easy. Now, the same argument you have for Lamar Jackson. What about rushing? Justin Fields probably would run the ball a lot more, especially he's younger than Lamar. So that would be the only, I guess, negative factor for that. But 14.5 is still really low.
Got Garrett Wilson.
And they just paid him a lot of money. Happy hands. Happy hands. His hands might be caught in his pocket because he got so much more money now, but he still catch the football.
Oh, they drafted Malachi Corley too. I remember that. Yeah, man. I'll take the over 14.5.
Let's do it. All right. Let's move on to some rushing, the running backs. I think these are a lot of fun, especially in the air.
You want to rush out here to a break real quick first?
I was trying to get all the NFL in before we got switched over to college, but
hey, we're not on the Steel Curtain Network, man. There are no rules. You just tell me when you're ready for a break then.
All right, let's go ahead and take the break now then. We're at 30 minutes. I know that everybody's watching. We appreciate you watching, but I know you guys are probably tired, need to get up and stretch your legs. We'll be right back after these messages.
Need a Garrett's popcorn break.
Hey, what the heck was that? We got a lot of Chicago in here. What was you got some? Are you advertising for Chicago popcorn now?
I always got to drop these Chicago lines in there, man. You know, you got to do this. Hey, we got to play to the crowd. That's what we do over here. Welcome to my mad light scientist laboratory.
All right. Well, pull up your Skyline chili. Let's finish the NFL futures bets here on PayDirt. Represent both ways here.
Tim wants to know what the hell is Garrett's popcorn. Tim, shoot me your address. I will let you find out. But going back to the NFL running back situation, I think predicting running back futures is the trickiest thing you can do when we're talking football futures. For one, it's the era we play in right now, right? You don't know who will get hurt. You don't know who's going to be in the surprise committee. It is very, very tenuous, but we're going to try anyway. Your boy, Joe Mixon, he's leading it off. 875.5 down there in Houston.
Missed games again last year. Man, I think he's over 875. Am I more confident? Maybe as I see what I've got out there on futures, maybe a single unit on Mixon.
I am passing.
But maybe. I think that, listen, the most staring me in the face right now is what I think is going to be the most consistent running back. If you want to draft him in fantasy, plug and play, not worry about it. If you want to bet the over here on 1050.5, I think Josh Jacobs is a 1,250 yard rusher. I think he's been durable, and I think he's going to be the bell cow for the Packers.
Well, I will take your Josh Jacobs, and I'm gonna raise you Jahmyr Gibbs. His line is only 25 yards more, and their offense is a lot more potent. They do a lot more scheming running backs into open space on the field. I feel very good with 1075.5 with Jahmyr Gibbs.
I feel great about Josh Jacobs. I feel good about Jahmyr Gibbs. The only reason why I don't feel great about Jahmyr Gibbs is because I haven't seen this offensive coordinator call these plays for this team yet. If Ben Johnson was there, this would be a multi-unit bet for me.
Fair. But when you switch coordinators, offensive coordinators, what are you more likely to do? Are you likely more pass more, or are you likely to run more?
I mean, I don't know if I could, it depends on who you've got, who the coordinator is, really. I mean, Andy Reid is going to pass more.
Andy Reid does run the ball a lot, though.
Zach Taylor's going to pass more.
I think Detroit is going to be a rushing dynamo this year.
Williams.
They do. They have a lot. They got a lot of offense.
Sam Laporta. I sling the rock around a little bit. And Jahmyr Gibbs is great out of the backfield too. But I just don't know. Like I said, I think it's solid. I think it's a good pick.
1075 is too low for me not to take it. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. Any other ones? 1 unit. I got that. Now, Derrick Henry. We've been waiting for the sky to fall from him for at least 5 years now. He had 1,900 yards rushing last year for a guy who's at over 30 years old, 31, 32 years old. They got his line at 1375.5. Is this the year it finally happens?
I go under just because last year was the first year he got that out of the past 4. So I'm going to go under. He did 2,000 yards in 2020. Then he did 937. No, I guess he did have 15 in 2022, but it's like every other year. I got to go under.
You expect some type of regression from running backs, especially after they have a damn near 2,000-yard season. Will he regress 600 yards? Maybe. In that offense, I'm not betting on it. But age is a thing with him. Even as somebody as built like him, he's built like a well-maintained house. So 1375 is about where I expect him to come in at. So it's a little tenuous for me. I am going to pass.
I agree. Tim Lyons does not. He says, I'll rate you all. King Henry, 2,000 yards rushing.
Well, if Tim's in, I think we both got to be in if Tim's in.
Tim's in, I'm out. Good advice.
Some other names. We got some quarterbacks popping up here. We got Jaden Daniels. Well, no, Kyler Murray. His line was 475.5. We got Jaden Daniels at 675. Yikes. Josh Allen at 500. Lamar Jackson 750. Jalen Hurts at 600.5. I'm gonna stop right there. Jalen Hurts runs the ball a lot, but Jalen Hurts does not run the ball a lot, if you get what I mean.
He does pushes quite a bit.
Right. He is a short yardage dynamo on the quarterback. There ain't 600. He's not getting 600 carries, so I don't expect him to get 600 yards. Give me 350, 400 maybe. I'm listening to you. 600, that is an under for me.
I like that call. I'll ride with you on that one.
Other two quarterbacks, you got Caleb Williams at 425, Justin Fields at 650. Actually, I think two Bear quarterbacks here. I think Justin Fields at 650.5 is a good bet. I don't think he's getting pulled, as I talked about in his passing props. 650.5. Put it to you like this: if he struggles to get 14 touchdowns, it's more than likely because he's running the ball all over the place. So if you miss on that one, you're definitely going to hit on this one. How do you see that?
I'm going to stay away from it. I think it's going to be right around that area. How about that? I think it's going to be right around. I think he won't run. as much as he did in Chicago, I think just because of the way that they'll run their sets, and I think they want to get, their two-headed monster at running back going after, especially Breece Hall after last year. I think he really needs to get going.
You pay quarterbacks more than you pay running backs. I think.
Listen, man, I like Travion Henderson better than I do him.
You preach to the choir there. I think they do have a fantastic running back room, but their rushing attack does involve Justin Fields, and I do think he's going to. I don't think he's going to lead the team in rushing, but I don't think he'll be third in rushing. He's coming in second, and I think 600, 650 is a good shot. But I agree. Yeah, I think he would be close to the line. It's a judgment call, flip a coin. Might want to stay away from it for right now. All right, let's go. Let's move somewhere else. Do you want to stay with the player props, or you want to go? Let's switch it over to.
The world is your oyster, my friend.
All right, let's do some props on some of the. No, those are game props. I don't want to do that. Let's do some game specials. Week 1. Kansas City at LA Chargers. You were speaking highly about the Chargers. They start the season hosting those Kansas City Chiefs, everybody's boogeyman. Special they have out here on DraftKings. Pat Mahomes to have 275 and Travis Kelce to score one receiving touchdown. Plus 400. That's good odds.
I do like that.
That is incredible. We've talked about this a lot over the years. Pat Mahomes does not
Chiefs
come in under a certain number. 275 is that number. He's getting that.
I don't know. Chargers, he didn't average that last year. He didn't average 245. But I got to do. Chargers defense was boss last year.
Mm-hmm.
And you're giving them all off season to plan for these guys. I don't know.
Now Kansas City had all off season to plan too now.
That's true. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I want to see the receiving. I want to see some receiving ones. That's what I want to see.
Well, let's see. Let's go. Let's talk about some receiving props.
Some receiving futures.
Yeah.
There's the awards. The milestones. The awards are good too.
Yeah, let's talk about some awards. We'll do that. We'll do that next. So, where?
You gotta go to players, I think, to do that.
Yeah, I lost it. Players futures. All right. Let's talk receiving TDs.
Oh, straight to TDs?
Your boy, Jamar Chase, 10.5.
I do think he's going to have a fall off this year on touchdowns, but does he get 10.5? It's a good line. I'll take the over. 1 unit though.
I agree. 10. I think 10 is closer to his closer to his floor than it is his ceiling. Zay Flowers. He was the number 1 pick for the Baltimore Ravens 2 drafts ago. He is ready to bust out. Oh, did he? They got his line at 4.5.
Yeah.
I think I on principle, I had to take that.
I like that one. I gotta be honest with you.
4.5. That sounds like he should have that by week 11. Like, come on now. CeeDee Lamb, top 5 wide receiver in the league. Yes or no?
Is he? Yes.
I think he's top 3.
Man, you start making arguments. 3 through 5, I think, is very 3 through 6 or 7 is very debatable. I think 1 and 2 played at LSU together. And I don't get mad at anybody, no matter who they put one or who they put two. Those two gentlemen are beasts. So as long as you got Jefferson and Chase in the top 1 and 2, I don't care.
We see the game the same way. I got CeeDee Lamb just behind the two LSU guys, but they have his over under for receiving touchdowns this year at 7.5.
I'll tell you an interesting one. If you want to start debating that top 5, I don't know if you can put him in right now, but I bet by the end of the year, I think Malik Neighbors is going to be there.
No. No. I don't think Malik Neighbors has done enough. This would be a second year? No. Mm-hmm. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, the LSU duo. And who's number 4? Who do we have number 4? Amon-Ra St. Brown for me. And then you got conversations about who else would you say?
AJ Brown's got to be in discussion.
Yeah.
She had Tyreek fall off. Ayuk was hurt. See, I think either one, Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas Jr., one of those two, I think, makes a jump and gets in there.
It would take a massive season for them to jump into the top 5 for me. I think top 4 is solidified. They get into the top 5, they will have to turn heads. So basically what you're telling me is that let me scroll on down here to their names. You got Malik Neighbors, his over under 7.5. You got your boy you just mentioned.
Now,
I think we just scroll past and Ladd McConkey will like a word as well.
Ladd McConkey is going to be a top 10 wide receiver this year, I think.
Mm-hmm. We didn't even talk about Garrett Wilson, but your boy, I'm trying to find his name on here. In any case, Malik Neighbors, his line is 7.5. If he's going to have the season you think he's going to have, he's got to go over 7 touchdowns. Not going to cut it.
So no, I think you can have 7 to 10 touchdowns and still have a great season.
A top 5 season. A season, not just a top 5 season, a season that puts him in the top 5 year in and year out. That's the type of season he has to have. Because we don't even care what season Justin Jefferson, Ja'Marr Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb. We don't care what season they do. We already know they are set it and forget it, top 5 guys. The season that you're telling me Malik Neighbors has to have is got to go way past 7.5 touchdowns.
I would say this, though. I will give a little bit of a pass if you're playing on a poor team that may not score as many points or score as many touchdowns, as long as your yards are there. You know what I mean?
I think
so. Brian Thomas Jr. was tied for second in the league. Nope, that's not right. Brian Thomas.
I think playing on a bad team actually hurts the argument. You always got to pass, right? And most times in the fourth quarter, you're playing against soft coverage. That's more to my point. You got to dominate. You're gonna have to dominate playing for the Giants. But in any case, that's conversation for another time. Maybe we had a conversation on Friday. Malik Neighbors, 7.5.
He had 7 last year and was injured
in
his rookie season. I like the over.
Okay.
I think it goes over. Brian Thomas Jr. had 10 in his rookie season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a streak. I think he had like a 6-week streak, something like that.
McLaurin had 13.
Mm-hmm. I was eating with McLaurin in fantasy. That's a good pull for me in the 6th round. So you got Malik Neighbors at 7.5. I got him staying in that neighborhood. I will pass on that, but you like the over.
Like, don't love.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, there is CeeDee Lamb. His line is 7.5. I think they're going to go over. I don't think there's any reason to believe the Dallas Cowboys offense won't do what we expect Dallas Cowboys offense to do. Justin Jefferson. I mean, not Justin Jefferson. George
League
Pickens.
Neighbors was top 10 in average yards per game,
Mm-hmm.
but he lost and got hurt. He was above CD Lamb.
Mm-hmm. Bad teams. Got to throw the ball.
They do. All right. Who else you looking at here?
So George Pickens, he's in Seattle now.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, not Seattle. George
Dallas.
Pickens, he's in Dallas now. So his over-under is 5.5. Playing on opposite CD Lamb. Like I said, I do expect Dallas Cowboys offense to be
formidable.
Formidable is a good word. 5.5. 5.5 for Pickens.
I think he gets 7.
Yeah, I think so too. That's a little too close to the.
Why are they both so low? Why are those both so low? Do they expect them to throw the tight end more?
Yeah, I think they're just looking for action. I still think it's a little early, but I don't. Seeing what I've seen from George Pickens over the years, the volatility, the penchant to do random crazy things that gets him like benched or put out of the game, showing up to games late. I don't want to have any future money on him. I would rather just play him week to week. See how that goes. All right, B. We have spent the majority of this time talking pro football. Let's talk college football before we get a bump up against the clock.
All right. So I pulled some numbers earlier. There's some interesting bets in here. I just really want to pick some brain and see what people are thinking. So for the champs, they got OSU as the favorite at plus 500 for your futures. They got Texas at plus 550. They got Georgia at plus 700. Fourth best odds, Penn State at plus 750. Clemson at plus 1,000. Bama at plus 1,100. That's your top 6. Out of that top 6, Pay, who would you put your ducats on?
I would more so put money on. This is gonna sound crazy. I would more so put money on Georgia. Plus 700. I think that's more. I think that's a favorite type of bet. Ohio State, Texas. I think not only do I feel like it's trendy. I don't think Ohio State can go back to back. I don't believe that whatsoever. I think they took a Cinderella run to get there in the first place. I'm not seeing it again. Texas, don't believe in it. Not believe in the hype. Georgia, they're certified. Kirby's been there. He knows what he's doing. I'm more inclined to believe that before I even go further than Penn State, Clemson, and Alabama. After Clemson, I stopped believing it.
So very similar reasons. Been there, done that. Coach been around the block. I'm going to say a little bit easier schedule for this team, and I'm going to say a little bit better quarterback play at Clemson. Now, those of you out there know me personally know I have a hard time rooting for Dabo Swinney. So put money on this one might hurt a little bit. But I'm putting a 1-unit bet on Clemson here because I think they could pull it off at plus 1,000. Now, there is a double winner special. Did you see that? A double winner special. So for a team to have the Heisman winner and have the national championship and that takes Clemson to plus 6,000. It's a sucker bet.
I definitely think that's a sucker bet. I was just going to
That's
say
a sucker
that.
bet.
There's no way that's happening. I would rather put that money on Texas for them to win the Heisman and the national championship. I think that's a
And
better shot at doing that.
And they do have the best odds, by the way,
Yeah.
in the double special.
Of
You talk
course.
about some weird things going on there with the double special. I found those all to be sucker bets. The last time, by the way, the double special hit was in 2020 with Devontae Smith won the Heisman Trophy at Alabama, and they won a national title. So, I'm going to pass on that. Heisman Trophy, though, that brings me to, who do you think is going to win the Heisman Trophy? They have Manning at plus 550. They have Nussmeier second at plus 850. They have Klubnik at plus 950, the Clemson quarterback. Then you go Jeremiah Smith, wide receiver, Ohio State at plus 1,100. Drew Allard, quarterback at Penn State at plus 1,600. And putting two Buckeyes in the top 6, Julian Sand at plus 1,600. What's your take on this, and who do you think is going to win? Do you see somebody out here with a long shot that you might want to put a couple of ducats on too?
You can just go ahead and start color me as a Penn State hater. Well, maybe not even Penn State hater, but a Drew Aller hater. I don't see it. Well, I don't get the hype. Everything I've seen out of him looks pedestrian. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there now. So I'm taking him out of this conversation. Heisman, forget about it.
He seems to be one of those guys that the lights are bright, right? When you see him, he has all of the on paper, he has all the things you want. He has the height, the weight, he has the big arm, he looks great, getting off the bus. He looks great warming up, and then he goes into the playoff game and doesn't complete a single pass to a wide receiver. Gets stuck and fixated on one guy.
Facts. So for me, I definitely don't think Ohio State is a good team enough to go back to back, especially as a national champion. They can barely beat Michigan. In fact, they can't beat Michigan. Let me take them barely out. But they do know how to do one good thing. They know how to recruit dogs. Jeremiah Smith, that's my pick to win a Heisman. Early.
Certified dog.
He's a dog. If I had to pick another person, I think Garrett Nussmeier is probably the best player in college football.
He does have a gauntlet of games this year. Julian saying that's the oddity to me here, right? We haven't seen him throw a pass in college football yet that I'm aware of. And I hear good things from the coaching staff. I hear good things from the coaching staff around the country all the time. But he's got to do it in the game. Again, Drew Aller looks great outside of game time. So I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. I'd like to have a little bit more than plus 1,100 to take a wide receiver there. But, man, is he the most talented player in college football this season? Probably.
Mm-hmm. We just saw a live odd update. Julian Sand for Ohio State. He went from 1,600 to now plus 2,000. Drew Aller is now, his odds have improved to now plus 1,600. It started at plus 18 when we started this segment.
Look out. So Drew Aller was at plus 1,600 when I had it. So I don't know. This is moving around a lot for futures.
Yeah. Hey, week 0 is upon us. Yeah, gotta get that money in, B.
Look out. So do you have any long shots out there in the country that you think you might want to take a flyer on?
For Heisman or
Heisman,
NK? Yeah. Long shots. I think the easiest argument to make is for Carson Beck in Miami. Miami is always bumping their head against, we're just one player away. We're just one scheme away. And if that's still the case, they always have a good squad. They always start off hot. again, but they always bump their head somewhere mid-season, possibly against North Carolina. It's going to happen again this year. But if they can just get everything to go into this same direction one time, a lot of the love is going to go to their highly paid transfer quarterback, former Bulldog Carson Beck.
Yeah, Carson Beck, I could see. I don't know. He broke up with a Cavinder twin, though, didn't he?
He did. He did make one of the dumbest decisions ever. He did this pre-bust enhancement. Bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, you got.
Well, I mean,
after.
Yeah, he is in Miami. He is getting paid $6 million a year to play college football. So I mean, maybe his options are better than I think.
That's not bad. Tim Lyons asked, "What are the odds for Love for Heisman?" Running back out of Notre Dame is at plus 4,000 right now. Tim, not my long shot though. My long shot is Jaden Mayava out of USC, transferred from UNLV to USC. Played a few games at the end of the year. Listen, I think USC has a very good offense. They've been suspect at defense, so he's going to have to perform better. He's 6'4", he's 225. He's got a great arm. He can run. He looks the part. He plays the part. And he's in Lincoln Riley's offense, and Lincoln Riley has been known to make some Heisman Trophy winners. So if I was going to go on a flyer plus 7,000 there, probably something I'd put a unit on.
I like that. I mean, it sounds good, so I can't really argue against it. So one unit is, I think you're not throwing money, you're not throwing college tuition away. So yeah, roll with it.
And I will throw in before I cut out and let you decide if you want to talk any more college football. Michigan's only plus 200 for the playoff. I thought it was pretty good. After last season. They're expecting us to bounce back a little bit. I like it.
Yeah. You expect any undefeated teams this year?
I do not. I think it's going to be hard to go undefeated now because of that playoff. It just is what it is. And then you take the playoff and you add the super conferences. And listen, it's just not as important to go undefeated anymore, right? That's another thing. So maybe if you have somebody that's on the maybe you should play, maybe you shouldn't, and you know it's not really that important for him to play, maybe you sit him a week and make sure he's healthy for the playoff. So there's a lot of things I think go into that. I think we're going to few and far between on undefeated teams now. What do you think?
Yeah, I think undefeated is a thing of the past. I don't think any school nowadays is going to pull an undefeated season. I mean, the talent is too spread out. The money is too spread out. Don't care what President Trump's talking about. The money is flowing like the Nile River. It is going to keep teams from doing the Alabama and stacking up. Everybody's got a dog on their roster. Undefeated is a thing of the past. But in that same vein, if I was to ask you, give me one team that you think is a lock to get 10 wins or more, who would they be?
Clemson. Soft schedule.
And minus 170. I like that. I was thinking more so Clemson and Georgia, maybe for that.
I like Georgia. I think Ohio State has a pretty good run at that. I think Notre Dame has a pretty good run at that.
Yeah, I can't see it in the Big Ten. I'm really grasping if I say SEC with Georgia, but Clemson in the ACC. Yeah.
So they got to go 10-2.
Yeah.
So they play LSU first game. That's going to be the toughest test for Clemson. Then you got Troy, Georgia Tech, Syracuse, UNC, Boston College, SMU, Duke, Florida State, Louisville, Furman, and South Carolina. I think they go 10-2.
Yep. All right. I mean, that's it for me, B. I like this little thought exercise we had. I'm ready to make some money.
Yes, you need it.
I feel like I've done my Christmas shopping.
Take the wheelbarrow over, put all of the money that you can spare without getting in trouble, and just dump it over there on the Joe Burrow over 33.5 tutties. Going to average 2 a game. I feel good.
If there's anything we take from this episode of futures, I think we all can agree that Joe Burrow is a dog.
I will say this: 1 to 5 units, not a penny more. Don't take a wheelbarrow with you. Do not take the wheelbarrow with you. Yeah, man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back talking football. Good to be back talking, gambling. Listen, if there's other things that come up, I'm sure you're going to hear them coming out from us. And we need to be doing a fantasy football preview here in the next few weeks, Pay. So we need to start looking at our schedules and get it out there for the people.
You know, I'm here for the people. If I'm not here for anybody else, I'm here for the people. But just a quick rundown before we get out of here. We got teams we talked about. Well, we didn't build a parlay. That's later in the season. Picks we like: Baltimore Ravens plus 600 to win the Super Bowl. LA Rams plus 2,200 to win the Super Bowl. LA Chargers plus 2,800 to win the Super Bowl. Over 4,150.5 yards for Joe Burrow. Minus 120 odds on that. Minus 115 odds on over 33.5 touchdowns for Mr. Joe Burrow. Over 21.5 for CJ Stroud on the passing touchdowns is minus 110 action on that. Over 14.5 passing touchdowns for Justin Fields is plus 100. Very, very sexy there. Minus 110 for over 1075.5 rushing yards for Jahmyr Gibbs. Over 1050.5 rushing yards for Josh Jacobs. Minus 110 odds there. Same odds for under 600.5 rushing yards for Jalen Hurts. Over 10.5 receiving touchdowns for Joe Burrow's favorite target, Jahmyr Gibbs. Minus 115 odds. Over 4.5 touchdowns, receiving touchdowns for Zay Flowers. Minus 120. Minus 110 for Malik Neighbors to go over 7.5 receiving touchdowns. And that's where we are with the NFL. College, we spun the block a few places. We like Clemson to get over 10 wins. We like Georgia as well for that. B, as you said it all already. Fun. Can't wait to do it again.
Yes. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Tim and Austin staying with us the whole show over there. Tim, I caught that too. You said Gibbs on the Bengals now. Jamar Chase over 10.5. Good shout out on the keeping it straight there. But hey, we appreciate you guys rocking with us. We appreciate you guys listening. You got any party shots before we get out of here, Pay?
If you do nothing else, make sure you share this with a friend so they can get paid just like you. Don't be greedy.
That's right. We appreciate you rocking with us. Like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Check us out. We'll be back in the next few weeks with the fantasy football preview. Don't miss it so you can be there when we reach PayDirt.